If you've seen my channel in the past or just now seeing it for the first time, one thing to know about me is that I love the 3DS. My most popular video on this channel is literally about Street Pass Meet Plaza and how it's kind of a feature that has sadly passed away. Where some people love to collect for older items such as the Nintendo 64 or the GameCube, my taste in collecting is still stuck in a newer era. And I've been thinking about this idea for quite some time now because I tend to get asked this question quite a bit. Why do I love the 3DS so much? From collecting to gameplay, I think it was finally time for me to get to the core idea of what's the big interest I have for this handheld. Let's start from the beginning. I got my 3DS on September 2nd, 2011, 6 months after it was released in North America and also like a month after it received a huge price drop. And I know this exact date because my mom, my grandma, and I went to TGI Fridays for some lunch after we picked it up. But before I get into the nostalgia I have with this console, I want to talk about what has kept me so intrigued by this odd Nintendo creation, and maybe others would agree with me. Let's talk about the design. Although the original 3DS hasn't aged too well as it's a bit small, the system is very blocky, and the screens aren't the greatest, as a kid, I didn't think any of these were much of an issue, especially since at the time this was kinda all that was out. One of my favorite parts about the original base model 3DS though, has to be the variation in colors. The glossy finish on all of these models are such a beauty to gaze at. I personally had the aqua blue version growing up, and if you shine this thing in the light, it looks so amazing. But why stop at just the colors when there were special editions made as well? Some of the cooler ones being the Legend of Zelda 25th anniversary model and the Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater 3D Japanese exclusive. But why stop at just the original base models when we still have an entire family of 3DSs to look at? Some of my personal favorites from the entire family are the original Pokemon 2DS transparent exclusives, the Black Friday edition new 3DS, the Super Nintendo edition new 3DS XL, and possibly my holy grail, Legend of Zelda Hylian Shield new 2DS XL. When you're able to collect so many different variants for different members of the 3DS family, it can get a bit ridiculous, but from a collector's point of view, they all look great on a shelf. Exterior is of course always nice to look at, but what about when you open up the system and turn it on? If it's one thing that Nintendo always gets right, it's the experience you get from turning on one of their consoles and booting into that main menu. When I first got my 3DS, I remember feeling like this console was much more advanced than Nintendo's previous handhelds. I was 11 years old when I received my 3DS, so at the time, all I really had was my previous DSi and this really bare bones smartphone with a 3-inch screen. Yeah, times have changed from what kids get now. It was this advanced home menu that made this handheld feel different from anything else at the time. I can of course talk about the many extensive features that the 3DS brought to the table, but I think that'd be a better video on its own, so subscribe for that future video. What I can talk about now though, when it comes to these features, is the music that this system brought. The eShop music for one has to be one of my favorite parts about owning one of these bad boys as a kid. I remember spending so much time just having these themes on in the background as I did whatever else in my room. I can't be the only one that feels this way either. Nintendo just seems to never miss when it comes to making theme music. The Street Pass Meet Plaza theme is a banger, the Internet Settings theme is a banger, and the Mii Maker theme is also a banger. I don't know, I feel like the 3DS was just a buildup of so many great ideas from previous consoles all thrown into one. But scrolling through the interface and looking at the design of the system is only one part about it. What about gameplay? How great are the games for the 3DS? All I'm saying is, from my main games I played in my childhood, the 3DS is always going to sit at the top. First off, it was a very bold move for Nintendo to throw in a circle pad to only one side of the system, since, Mario is a plumber and Chris Pratt played Mario in the Mario movie, I don't know. Moving away from a D-pad as your main control on the DSi to a circle pad, oh man did it feel like I was witnessing tech advance right before my eyes. I think there's a certain sentiment when it comes to playing 3DS games in general. Because although the 3DS has what are considered to be AAA titles, to me, they still feel like games I can pick up every now and then to kill some time. It's kinda hard to explain, I suppose. With bigger games on home consoles, I feel like I just need to be in the right mindset and comfort to play, or that I need to set a certain amount of time out of my day so I can just sit for hours to play. Whereas with the 3DS, I found myself more often just picking it up and playing super simple little silly games. Yoshi's New Island, easy fun. Pilot Wings Resort, casual gameplay. Tomodachi Life, easy fun and casual gameplay. I feel like there isn't this huge commitment for me when it comes to spending time on my 3DS. Yeah, there are some heavier story-based games such as Kid Icarus Uprising, but even then, that game on its own feels like a whole new experience for this handheld. I just love it so much. Playing these silly little games with just one circle pad feels way different than holding a full controller. But of course, what about collecting the games in general? Why do I own so many 3DS games and feel the need to try to buy as many as possible? Well, from the collector side of me, I don't know. It's just something that brings me joy. Anytime I'm able to find 3DS games that I don't already own for a good price, I jump on it as soon as I can. The games for the system have kind of gone through a weird price fluctuation as the eShop was closing, so where some games have dropped in price, others have risen. This might be a bit odd to talk about as well, but something about holding a stack of 3DS games to me in my hands feels better than holding full-size game cases save for the Wii or the GameCube. I genuinely think that the 3DS has some of the best case design work ever. First off, it's a smaller case so you can fit more in a vertical space, and second, the side labels for the most part all line up pretty well with each other and have some actual thoughts put into the designs. And this isn't even talking about special cases or limited edition games either. You had some games that came with a lenticular sleeve to put over your game, such as Super Street Fighter 4 or Cave Story 3D. Some games and big boxes came with special accessories such as coins, CDs, and a lanyard sometimes. And then on top of that, some special editions came with figures and amiibos, such as the Mega Man Legacy Collection or the Majora's Mask Collector's Edition. When I got heavy into collecting, I did not expect so many rare and expensive items I'd come across for this console. As a kid, all I really knew were the games my mom bought me on special occasions. Thank you, mommy, I love you. It's part of the reason I keep them all in my Club Nintendo case. These games are what started my love for the 3DS. Although now as an adult, I feel myself understand games in a better way, as a kid, this whole world of gaming was something still kind of fresh to me. I have memories of me yelling at my 3DS and crying back when I would play Nintendogs plus Cats, because in order to teach your dog tricks for a competition, you have to teach them through the built-in microphone. It's quite funny looking back at it now, but man, I remember getting so pissed that this virtual dog was not listening to me. I also remember making stop motion videos or trying to vlog because, like I said before, the small little smartphone that I had was nothing compared to the 3DS's camera. But I think my best memories with this handheld probably have to be with Street Pass. Being able to take my 3DS out in public and hopefully meet someone else that also decided to carry their 3DS on that day was something so great to experience. Seeing that green LED flash when I got back home is something Nintendo could never replicate again. I really love this console, more than any other console I've ever played. I've thought about trying to go for a complete North American 3DS collection as fast as possible, but sometimes I feel like as I grow older, collecting for this console at my own pace makes the journey truly worth it.